welcome back and welcome to the April 21st Campbell County School Board meeting. We're going to start with a Pledge of Allegiance followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, well, we have lots of fun presentations tonight, which is always a good thing. And one of our favorites is our Campbell County Educational Foundation. And they're going to have something they want to present to us. So I'll invite Campbell County Educational Foundation.
Thank you. Well, good evening, Mr. Chair, or Dr. Chair, Dr. Stanley, members of the Campbell County School Board. Thank you for the opportunity to speak again this evening. I'm Rose Epperson, here to represent the Campbell County Educational Foundation. Other foundation board members include Susan Brandt, Dean Farmer, Linda Grubba, Vicki Maddox, Brandon Treadway, Kyle Andrews, Sam Vance, Dr. Hale, and Dr. Stanley. This group of volunteers work to provide financial assistance to Campbell County students who are pursuing post-secondary pursuits. Funding we've been so fortunate to obtain from generous individuals, corporations, and local foundations support dual enrollment students as well as college and career readiness programs at all 4 Campbell County high schools. Our goals are straightforward, that every student who wants to take part in the CTE Academy has that opportunity, that every student graduates from Campbell County high schools graduates on track with a definite plan of action. And we're also striving to help obtain a 100% graduation rate at all Campbell County high schools. I want to note a couple of new programs the CTE Academy is now offering to students, along with HVAC, welding, machine technology, health sciences, informational technology. Now mechatronics and early education are offered. Did you know that through the CTE Academy, students from all 4 Campbell County high schools have access to a variety of career paths, allowing students to earn up to 36 college credits as well as trade certificates. The foundation assures that there are no financial barriers for students to pursue these careers, taking care of fees, textbooks, and tools that are needed. This foundation's support has continued to grow each year. We're fortunate to receive individual and corporate donations and significant grant support from local foundations. Once again, we're increasing our donation level and have a check for $37,375 to present tonight. This amount, combined with the gift we made in the fall, provides funding to pay for all of this year's CTE Academy students' books, supplies, and materials. We're thrilled to provide this support and even more excited to see our student interest and participation in these programs grow. I also have the pleasure of introducing a Campbell County student who is living proof of the opportunities made available through the CTE program. Lainey Green, a senior at Brookville High School, has participated in both the new Early Childhood program at CVCC and also the Teachers for Tomorrow program. Before we present this check, Lainey, would you mind telling us a little bit about your experience?
Hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Lainey Green. I am a senior at Brookville High School as well as a first-year early childhood development student at CVCC. Over the past few years, I've had the incredible opportunity to take part in several educational-focused classes, many of which have been at the University of Lynchburg and through CVCC. Through these programs, I have completed over 140 hours of practicum experience, most of which were spent in an adaptive special education classroom. I owe so much of my growth and confidence to Ms. Thompson at Tomahawk Elementary School. Her support and guidance has been instrumental in helping me feel prepared to lead and support students in a classroom setting. From teaching small lessons to assisting with daily routines, she has given me the space to learn, grow, and truly feel like a future educator. I chose to enroll in these programs because teaching has always been my passion. I've known for a long time that I wanted to work with young children and help shape the future through education. These programs gave me the chance to start that journey early, to step into the classroom not just as a student, but as someone preparing to make a real impact. These experiences have been nothing short of amazing. Outside of the classroom, I have been involved in so many amazing activities at Brookville. I'm a proud member of National Honor Society, a representative in the Student Advocacy Group, a contestant in the Miss Brookville Scholarship Pageants, and have been a part of the competition cheer and track team since middle school. I've also spent 2 years in the elementary teacher assistant program. Every one of these experiences has helped shape who I am and pushed me to become a more well-rounded, driven individual. To Campbell County Schools, the Teachers for Tomorrow Foundation, and the Campbell County Educational Foundation, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've given me opportunities I never imagined were possible at this age. I truly feel set up for success, and I hope to be back in Campbell County in a few short years with my own classroom.
Thank you very much, Laney. Thank you. Congratulations on everything you're doing. You're doing a great job. It's an excellent example of Campbell County, what we can do and opportunities we afford. So we're very happy for you, Laney. And we're very appreciative from the foundation. Thank you as always. And as always, please extend from the board our gratitude to all the donors. You know, we don't get to see them, we don't get to talk to them, but without them, you know, we wouldn't have this. So our heartfelt thanks. So, pass this to you.
Can I say?
Sure.
Laney, would you stand up? Amy, would you stand up?
Oh, I already know Laney.
Okay.
I had Laney at Leesville Road.
Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure y'all knew each other.
You can start to substitute, you know.
I already told her.
Expedited application.
All right, thank you so much. All right, and then we get to move now to our...
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
While y'all are here, I know y'all are going to get up and leave pretty soon. At the spring forum, when y'all made y'all's presentation to the other people from other counties, how were y'all received?
Really
Is
well.
it, huh?
Really well.
Well,
Yeah, a lot of people asking questions, a lot of people very interested in what we're doing and how we got started and what our goals are.
Really? Did any other counties have anything similar, or?
Not really, not quite with what we do.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think some other counties have some foundations, but ours is very focused.
Right,
I think,
yes, yeah,
I think that
exactly.
may be a
They're
difference.
structured a little bit differently.
Yeah.
A little bit more broad in what they do.
You want to give the total? We kind of calculated a total in our meeting tonight.
Well, I don't have it in front of me, but we're somewhere in the neighborhood of $265-ish thousand that we've been able to.
$265,000 that our community has donated
Yeah.
to see our students have these opportunities. And that's hard work from this group and also generosity from our community.
Very much so.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Anybody else have any?
Great thanks for our students.
That's right.
Yeah, I'd like to, I think I can speak for John Hardy. Thank y'all for the breakfast y'all provided at the career fair. I got my donut.
I saw that.
Yeah. Gotta stay away from the cameras.
All right. Well, now we get to recognize our student VSBA art contest winner. Dr. Stanley?
Yeah, Josiah Monroe. Josiah, come on up. Come on up to the podium and I'll come over here with you. So Mr. Jones brought up our VSBA Southern Forum. As you all remember, we had a great event, and being a competitive person, I certainly like to win on behalf of Campbell County, especially when you're the home team, okay? So we're hosting this event. And when they went through the winners to the art contest, it was great to have Josiah, a 12th grader at Alta Vista Combined School, win first place at the high school level. And your artwork was called Solo, if you remember that picture. It was quite impressive, and we were certainly thankful to have a Campbell County student win, but certainly want to thank you for taking the time to enter the contest. And now his artwork goes on to the state level, where it continues to compete, and he could potentially win over $1,000 or win $1,000 and be a state winner. So good luck with that. And I got a chance to meet Josiah not too long ago at our career fair, and guess what he wants to do? I'll let him tell you.
I want to be an art educator.
Good.
So anyway, congratulations, Josiah. And if you all have any questions of Josiah, yeah, I'm sure he's happy to answer what he can.
Have you met Mrs. Hunt?
Yeah, we got a lot of names tonight.
Do you have plans as far as study, college, or?
I plan to go to a school in New York called Parsons. It's an art school.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Good. Well, good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again,
Yeah,
Josiah.
man.
Thank you for being here.
All right, and then another great presentation. We have a presentation from Dr. Hale, Teachers for Tomorrow presentation. And we've got quite a crowd here, and that's always great.
So good evening, Chairman, members of the board, and Dr. Stanley. Tonight, this is not about anything that I want you to hear the stories of our students and our teachers. So my name is there just as a placeholder, but this is about the Teachers for Tomorrow program, and that is a theme for this evening. I will share before we start, though, Josiah also went through Teachers for Tomorrow at Alta Vista. And so our teachers, our staff, they're doing amazing work. Teachers for Tomorrow program has been in Campbell for quite some time, but we are excited to now say that we have classes at all 4 of our high schools this school year. We are very much rooted in this idea that we serve our community. And part of what we hope to inspire is that education, it's a life. It's a career that you can have, and for many, a calling for their passions. Our mission continues to be to provide that world-class education system so students can pursue anything. And also this idea that you belong in Campbell County. And thanks to Ms. Hunley for also continuing that message with our mentoring program. Teachers for Tomorrow 1 and 2, it is a dual enrolled program, so students receive university credit from the University of Lynchburg. They follow a curriculum called SARA, and this is really a gold standard for what is expected in education, to know how to move into the classroom and also to get that experience throughout. Again, we have Teachers for Tomorrow 1, and we have also added Teachers for Tomorrow 2 within our school system. Students receive 3 college credits for Teachers for Tomorrow 1, and students receive 4 for Teachers for Tomorrow 2, so 7 credits through these 2 courses. Our goal is to continue to grow our own so that we are able to continue to serve our community. I have several others here tonight to share with me. Dr. Wilkerson will be sharing more along with Ms. Hancock, who is also a Teachers for Tomorrow instructor, as well as our English instructional specialist. And then we also have representatives from each school. Alta Vista, we have Ms. Morton here. From Brookville, we have Ms. Davis. And then we also have from Rustburg, Ms. Bailey, and Ms. May from William Campbell. So we're very proud to continue to share more.
So these are 2 of our former Teachers for Tomorrow students who have come back, and they are now teaching in our schools. So Taylor Carwile, she was from the class of 2011 at William Campbell, and she has been at Brook Neal for a while now, and she's a special education teacher there. And she told us recently that she loved that she was able to earn her college credits, and that they were able to help her when she went away to school to be able to pursue that degree. And then Sydney Nolly, she was from Rustburg High School, the class of 2019, and she's there, and she is teaching French. And she really has enjoyed the opportunity to see how the training in Teachers for Tomorrow fits in with the practical day-to-day teaching and responsibilities that she's able to do on a regular basis. And we are also excited because next year we're going to add the Educators Rising organization to our schools.
All right, it is my pleasure to share a few highlights from the Teachers for Tomorrow program with you all. First, I'd like to mention the fall seminar at the University of Lynchburg. The University of Lynchburg each year hosts our students, and students have the opportunity to attend breakout sessions, engage with professors. The topics from this year's seminar included law and ethics, careers in education, multiple intelligences, dyslexia simulation, and they were also provided with a tour. Our students have the opportunity to work with different teachers and students at all 3 levels, elementary, middle, and high, in their cadet placements. And in a few minutes, you're going to hear directly from them. In November, we had a Teachers for Tomorrow Day with students and central office personnel participated. Activities included lesson planning, preparation, and professional development, roundtable discussions with different members of division administration, and our TFT2 students participated in mock interviews, and they all did an outstanding job. And then lastly, I want to highlight the portfolio completion and presentation, which highlights the work that our students do throughout the year. And now I'll ask Ms. Morton to come to the podium.
Hi, I was not expecting to speak. I teach Teachers for Tomorrow 1 at Alta Vista Combined School. This year I had 4 students. One of those students is a junior and is already signed up to take Teachers for Tomorrow 2 next year. I did a lot of recruiting, and I think I have 3 kids signed up for next year, and I am pushing them to go ahead and sign up for Teachers for Tomorrow 2 as well. I have 2 students who are gonna speak to you about our program, and that is Princessa Cruz and Cassandra Ramirez.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cassandra Ramirez.
And I'm Princessa Cruz.
And we are both seniors at Alta Vista High School.
We are excited to have the opportunity to share a little bit about our experiences in the Teachers for Tomorrow program.
It was wonderful having the opportunity to be in a classroom setting and be able to teach. However, what made it so comfortable was that we felt prepared to be in the classroom. One of our favorite projects we did was the Barrier Book Project.
For the Barrier Book Project, we had to research different disabilities and mental health issues. Afterwards, we were able to write and illustrate a children's story in which the characters represented children struggling with these problems.
Projects like the Barrier Book Project, the Ceiling Tile Book Report, and the Disability Simulation helped us gain perspective on what students may be struggling with. This helped us understand and be prepared to make accommodations whenever we were in the classroom, which ultimately helped us become better teachers.
I truly would recommend the Teachers for Tomorrow class to anyone interested in education. Not only are you given good resources and opportunities, but you are also introduced to numerous support systems within the educational field. Thank you for giving us your time, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
I'm Sarah Davis at Brookville High School. I've been teaching the Teachers for Tomorrow program for 13 years, I think, at this point. I've seen a slew of students come through this program, and it's just been a phenomenal experience for me as a teacher, one of the highlights of my career. And I, in fact, recently have been able to teach with a couple of students that I taught in TFT, so that's been really neat too. This year we had a huge group of TFT1, but we also had a great group in TFT2, and I'm going to have Maggie Keys here. I'm going to have her speak a little bit about her process in this program and her experience here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she does in the future, as with a few of the other ones that are in here. They're all here to be teachers, and that's exciting.
Good evening. My name is Maggie Keys from Brookville High School. Last year, I had the unbelievable privilege of being a part of Teachers for Tomorrow. Through this experience, my understanding of teaching has changed entirely. It became something far more profound than I ever had expected. Teaching should never just be an idea or a possibility. Teaching has to be an experience. For my practicum, I was placed in a 7th grade U.S. history class. History was a subject I genuinely enjoyed, and I had chosen it because I was currently taking APUSH. I felt confident with the material, largely thanks to my incredible APUSH teacher. So when it came time to teach my practice lesson, which was the causes of World War II, very exciting, I thought I had it all figured out. The pressure was on, but I believed my plan was solid. I modeled my lesson after a lecture my teacher had given. No books, no notes, just straight lecturing. Something I had never done before, and yet I was blissfully confident. I practiced for hours, my mom, my friends, and they all endured my endless talking. It was just 15 minutes straight of me lecturing, no real structure, and just hoping for the best. And then the day came, and I walked in and I completely bombed. It was so bad. I lost track of all my points. My practicum teacher looked so confused, and the students were halfway asleep. I walked out of that classroom, went straight to the middle school bathroom, and sobbed. At that moment, I truly doubted whether teaching was for me. But as so many great teachers say, the best way to learn is by failing. And that day, I failed. Eventually, I did get another shot. I taught a much better lesson, but I had to fail first. I had to fail in order to succeed. So many other people enter teaching thinking it will be easy, and I had to admit that was my expectation too. I figured I was bossy enough that giving directions for a living would be a perfect career. But as many of you in this room already know, that is not teaching. Teaching is more than standing in front of a classroom and speaking words into air. Teaching is more than handing out worksheets and redirecting students to online study guides. This experience through Teachers for Tomorrow showed me that teaching is a connection and a relationship you have with those willing to learn and listen, even when your student teacher goes on for 15 minutes about World War II and it really doesn't make any sense. It also showed me that teachers can fail too, and the surprise is it actually makes them a better teacher. In all, I'm so grateful for my Teachers for Tomorrow experience and everything it has taught me. I encourage everyone who's interested to take it, and I'm so grateful I got this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Good evening. My name is Mary Bailey. I teach at Rustburg High School. I have taught the Teachers for Tomorrow program for as long as it has been in Campbell County, which is either 14 or 16 years. I'm not sure at this point. I'm going to get my students to stand up because I'm just so proud of all of them. So y'all stand up, stand up, stand up. I love teaching Teachers for Tomorrow. It's such a joy, and I have been able to see the benefits of this program. 4 of the teachers at Rustburg High School now went through my Teachers for Tomorrow hours. It's not mine, but our Teacher for Tomorrow program. I know I have a student at Rustburg Middle School, Savannah Evans, who went through this program. I also have students who teach at Yellow Branch and William Campbell. And I may have some others out there, I'm just not sure. But when we talk about a grow your own program, we can, and we bring these students back. And it's very exciting. I think if you ask any of the students here, Teachers for Tomorrow is a life-changing experience. It really is. Whether they decide to go into teaching or not, it's a life-changing experience, and we give them the skills to teach, and they're going to teach somebody something. I tell my students that all the time. Whether you go into the classroom or not, you will be a teacher as a parent, as a worker, teaching, training someone, that kind of thing. So the skills that we give them are lifelong skills. So you all supporting this program, we are beginning to see the benefits of that. And we have some fine educators who have come through this program. So I'm going to turn it over to 2 of my students, Addie Barnes and Summer Adams, and they are going to come and talk to you just a little bit as well.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Summer Adams, and I attend Rustburg High School. One of the many things that I've learned during my time in Teachers for Tomorrow is how to be a leader and how education works. I haven't always seen myself focusing my future on teaching, but what inspired me to build my future around teaching was my 4th grade year of elementary school. My 2 biggest influences were Mrs. Dunn and Miss Stone. Miss Dunn being my math teacher and Mrs. Stone being my history teacher. They changed my perspective on what teachers are meant to do versus what impact they actually leave with their students. My 4th grade year was by far my most difficult year, but whenever I needed to cry or I needed a hug, Miss Stone was standing there with her arms open, ready to listen. Miss Stone impacted my life and my perspective by introducing me to Jesus, which changed every aspect of my life. My goal is to be the teacher that not only teaches academically, but also impacts students the same way Mrs. Dunn and Mrs. Stone impacted me. Teachers for Tomorrow has taught me a lot about leadership in the different levels of education. I have learned that no matter the grade level, middle or elementary school, these students see us TFT students as leaders or almost like an additional teacher, because we are all able to present ourselves as a leader. Spending time in the classroom has shown me how every student learns differently and how there is no right way to learn. We all learn differently, and TFT introduces you to those different types of learning styles. TFT 1 and 2 has helped me grow in confidence, leadership, and understanding of what it takes to be an educator. If students are considering this, I highly recommend it. It has given me an experience I'll never forget and has shaped my future. Hopefully, Teachers for Tomorrow can shape the future for students so they can reach their potential as leaders and as educators. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Addison Barnes, and I'm a student at Rustburg High School. I'm also a part of the Teachers for Tomorrow program. Before I start, I wanted to preface by saying this. When people say that kids say the darndest things, they really mean it. For instance, when I walk into my classroom and my kids ask me, "Miss Barnes, are you sick? Have you been crying? Did you get broken up with?" "No, everyone. I just didn't put on any makeup. Thanks for noticing." But throughout the backhanded compliments and low blows, the connection and relationships I've built with the younger generation of students has been so gratifying. I have chosen, willingly, to work with the middle schoolers for both my placements this year, and it has been beyond rewarding. Middle school years are hard for everyone, but watching my students not only develop as learners or test takers, but grow as people is something that I never thought would be so special. So when my students without fail point out my lack of makeup or my eye bags, they also never fail to tell me how much they value my help and encouragement. They confide in me about their anxieties and stresses, and trusting in me to guide them down the best path for success. So when I see my students grow and develop into the young adults I know that they are, and I get to see them take on new responsibilities, there is nothing more valuable. Working with the younger students has been a blessing, and there is no greater feeling than walking into class every day and hearing my 3 favorite words, "Good morning, Miss Barnes," knowing the impacts I can have on their lives forever. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jessie May, and I am the Teachers for Tomorrow teacher at William Campbell. I'm a Campbell County graduate from Brookville who came back to teach in Campbell County, and this is our first year in a while offering the program, my first year teaching it. My students are in the program right now, and it's been an awesome experience right now. There's 4 girls, they're all in their field placements right now. 2 of them are in middle school, 2 are in the elementary school. And it's been a great experience for me to get to inspire other people to join this great field and also learn from them and their excitement. And so I want to invite up one of my students, Peyton Francis, to share a little bit about what inspired her to take this class.
Hi, my name is Peyton Francis, and I'm a junior from William Campbell High School. I want to start by just thanking y'all for allowing me to be here today and speak on what inspired me to join Teachers for Tomorrow. When I first heard that Teachers for Tomorrow was coming to William Campbell, I knew I wanted to join. Although I was initially unsure if I wanted to pursue a career in education, I knew that if I never tried it, I wouldn't know. So what inspired me to apply was knowing that by being a teacher, I can provide a safe and nurturing environment for children that may not experience that anywhere else. And also just make an impact on students' lives. This program has really helped me realize that being a teacher is a career I want to pursue. Currently, I'm doing my field placement at Brooknet Elementary, and I'm doing 2nd grade. What I have most enjoyed so far from my field placement is my mentor teacher, Mrs. Cox. She's taught me to have patience in overwhelming situations and to keep my composure when things may get out of hand. And she really does it seamlessly. Next year, I plan to attend CVCC and do the early childhood education program in hopes that it will help further my knowledge on becoming a teacher. So, yeah, thank y'all again.
Thank you.
We're not going to play all of this, but we do have a short video just to show a little bit more before wrapping up.
Welcome to Teachers for Tomorrow, a program that prepares aspiring educators for the future.
Teachers for Tomorrow started in Campbell County probably between 13 and 15 years ago. We go through the South Carolina SARA programs. They have a very solid program that allows us to show students in one semester in a block schedule or two in a regular school year. The ins and outs of teaching and who they are as learners, who they want to be as a teacher, how to best meet student needs, how to lesson plan, and then to actually go out and be matched with a teacher so they can have the experience in the field.
So students get a chance to observe different classrooms. We can come back and discuss what they observed and the different things that they see with the teachers that they go and observe, and even student interactions, which I think is pretty exciting. And the culminating event, of course, is a 5-week practicum experience where you get to go into a classroom and really get to know your students and plan lessons and teach them. And most students come out of the practicum feeling just excited about their accomplishment. Usually by the end of it, they know kind of if they want to be a teacher or not, and that's the whole point of the program.
I loved it. Both my parents are both teachers, so it's been something that I've been considering for a long time, but this was just like a new perspective and experience for me that really opened my eyes to like what it actually means. My placement teacher, the classroom teacher, she was really amazing. She was very organized and she communicated well, and she was like a real example. Like I knew like if I go into teaching, this is how I would want to be.
I decided to take Teachers for Tomorrow because I always knew from when I was little that I wanted to be a teacher, and I wanted to get like the real hands-on experience. When I was in my placement, I got to watch a little girl for like the few weeks that we were there. I got to watch her improve her reading skills, which was really cool and not really rewarding. Even if you don't plan on teaching or like you have the slightest interest, I definitely would, because not only do you get to like learn how to be a teacher, but you learn like really good life skills and like leadership skills.
I took Teachers for Tomorrow because my older sister came through Rustburg and she also took this class, and she really inspired me. She's now a second grade teacher. This class has definitely made me realize that I like early childhood development, like being able to work with younger kids. I actually got to go back to my elementary school that I went to, and I worked in kindergarten in a kindergarten classroom, and I loved it. My kids were super sweet. I loved my cooperating teacher. She was very helpful in like giving you the whole aspect of teaching, not just like the good parts and the bad parts, but all of it, and like what teachers have to do, and it gives you like a new level of respect for teachers.
So we'll share this so you can see the rest of it as well. But before we do our thank you, you do have a special invitation. We are starting something new. And May is next week, in case you didn't realize that on your calendar. But we will have our first Teachers for Tomorrow Educators Recognition. It will be held here at the Technical Center. It's May 2nd at 9 a.m. And we really hope that you can make it so that we can recognize these students and share with their families and their teachers and celebrate them as they are concluding their experience. And last piece is just thank you. Thank you for being the next generation. And yes, Ms. Hunley is our personnel director, if you did put that together. And of course, you are always welcome to reach out to us. So thank you. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Well, I just want to comment the enthusiasm of the students, and it's apparent that it is a good program for them to brag on it the way they are, but also the passion of the teachers that are teaching the program. So I really value and appreciate that. So.
Well, I promised that I would get a picture, so I'd love to have
wonderful.
Our our students and teachers come up for a picture, that would be great. And Foundation, you're welcome to join in too. We'll take a picture. Oh, great. Yeah.
We're not getting in the picture.
Well,
Huh?
we're getting out of the way, or we're getting in the picture? Are we out of the way or in the picture?
Let's get in the picture.
I can put it back in something else. If she wants to be in it, I can take it.
You may have to do one with them and another more.
One of them and then one with
Great job. Okay, Campbell on 3. 1, 2, 3. Campbell! One more. You guys are out.
We can't get back up.
We have to make sure we see it.
All right, just a little scooch in. Scooch.
Technical term.
A technical term. Yes, thank you all.
Better if a computer let me dead now.
Well, now we get to start the really boring part of our meeting. And you all are welcome to stay or not, but we do appreciate you coming. Thank you all.
Now reality sets in.
I know. Clear up.
Everybody gone.
Okay, well that was really great presentations and a great reflection on Campbell County Public Schools. Do we have anybody that asked to speak tonight? Nobody, okay. All right, well then, we will start with approval of the March 24th meeting minutes. I'll ask for a motion.
Chairman, I reviewed the minutes and I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments on the minutes? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Payment of the bills.
Mr. Chairman, I have reviewed the bills and make a motion to approve as presented.
Motion
Second.
and a second. Any comments or questions on the bills? All in favor of payment indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, our action items, acceptance of donations. Ms. McClanahan.
Tonight you have a list of donations for approval. Unless you have any questions on those, I ask you to approve them as presented.
Ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Non-resident tuition. Ms. McClanahan.
Tonight you have a list of students for approval as out-of-county tuition students. Unless you have any questions, I ask that you approve them as presented.
Board have any questions? I'll ask for a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Did we get that? Okay, all in favor please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Supplemental appropriations.
Tonight you have a list of appropriations for approval, 10 of them, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, I ask that you approve them as presented.
I ask for a motion.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions from Ms. McClanahan? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Dr. Wilson.
Evening, Mr. Chairman, Dr. Stanley, board members. Tonight I have one request for release from compulsory attendance and two for religious exemption. If you don't have any questions, I would recommend we approve them as presented.
I have a question on the first one.
Yes, sir.
So this student was in a homeschool program, and then Dr. Stanley has to approve, so he can get his, basically, a high school equivalent?
Yes, sir. For him to move to the high school equivalency program, they have to present data that he completed the equivalent of a 12th grade education. And so they do that through a variety of assessment data. So once they present that and we release him from compulsory attendance, then he can enter into the high school equivalency program.
Okay, so there's a form and there's
Once we send them-
documentation that confirms it?
Yes, sir. So once we send them, yeah, they present us with that data that he's completed the equivalent of 12th grade, and then we give them the letter that will allow them to enter the other program.
Because this, we haven't really seen this.
I think this is the second one this year, but it's not as often as some of the other requests.
Yeah, okay.
He's only 16?
Yes, sir. And by state code, they have to be at least 16 before they can even request for release from compulsory attendance.
Do we need to vote on these separately or together?
Together.
Together, okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Dr. Wilson? All right, we'll ask for a motion then.
Motion.
We have a motion and a second. Speak up. Any other questions? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Sully, personnel report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for making sure that those students knew who I was. I did get to meet most of them at the career day that the Tech Center put on a couple weeks ago, and recognizing some of their faces, they would walk right up to my table as soon as they walked in because they already know they want to be teachers, and that makes me really happy. We've got some really good, well-spoken students, and you've got some smart principals back there who are saying, come see me in 4 years. So, good job. So we're in good shape with the personnel report moving into next year still. So if you have any questions, I can answer them. Otherwise, I'd ask that you approve it as written.
I noticed we have a lot of experienced teachers.
We are,
A
yes.
good mix.
Yes,
so
we get,
that's good.
yes, a lot from surrounding places. And then if you notice the asterisks on there are our grads. So yeah, we have a good mix.
That's great. All right, so any questions from the board?
Bus drivers.
Was that? Oh,
James.
bus drivers.
Dr.
Oh,
Bus drivers.
sorry, we didn't hear that.
We're 12 short, full-time, part-time.
Not getting any better, that's terrible. Thank you.
We finished up a CDL class in mid-April, and we've got 2 of the 3 candidates currently have their learners, which is a big step in that process. And we're currently doing something we have not done before. And a bit of growing your own, we've taken folks that are aides, and they've expressed interest with us for a little bit, or van drivers or car drivers, and putting them through the CDL class, and trying to generate some folks that way.
Good. Thank you.
For asking.
Any other questions? Then I'll ask for a motion.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Thank you, Ms. Henley. Dr. Hale.
Good evening again. So before you tonight, this is first reading of policy. These are minimal changes that you should be noticing that come from February updates, but also have to do with positions because many of them name a specific person, whereas best practice is to name the position so that way you don't have to update policy if we have a resignation, which we are not intending by any means, but that information will be readily accessible as it's supposed to be on our website. So that is some of the changes that you'll see. I do want to draw your attention to one. This came from recommendation from our principals, JN, for student fees. So this is not a huge increase, but an increase from $30 to $40 for the student ID, which allows them to attend athletic events. So that allows them to attend home events for their district. It's different when they go beyond that play, but then also an increase of $5 for parking. These fees had been the same for quite some time. We also added technology. We did not have computers listed because this was pre-one-to-one. So we do want to make sure that we are including, which would be our practice, any type of damaged technology equipment. In particular, a main item is often chargers that can come up. So we did want that to come for first reading in preparation for the new school year. But most of the updates are small, minor changes, but did want to make sure that we brought that to the board in April for the first reading. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Yes, Dr. Hale, the only one that jumped out at me was the redlining, and I might have opened the wrong one, but the redlining of that we're removing the remediation recovery program.
Correct. It is encompassed in our literacy plan now, so whenever it's covered in another policy, it is deleted from something that's redundant. Yeah. Great point. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other questions?
No.
All right, so
Okay.
we don't need
So no action. We'll come back in May, and of course, if you have questions in the meantime, let me know.
All right,
Thank you.
Dr. Hale. Okay, so that's the end of our action items. We have an information item tonight. And so this is some amendments and proposed new positions for Campbell County to submit to the state legislative committee. And so we don't need to act on it tonight, but Ms. Parker presented these, and so I would just encourage, during the next month, if you have any specific questions, to just give her a call, and then next month we will basically vote on them and decide if we want to put that forward to the state. Am I addressing this correctly?
It's not the state, it's to the Virginia School Board.
School Board, yeah.
Association. They give us, it was an 89-page list that they do every year. This was the first year I dove in, after looking into it in the past, not feeling like I was ready, but they encourage every one of us individually to do this and present it to our school board and then vote on anything. So there was a lot in there. I tried to focus on the things I thought were most important, and we did the proper formation of how we would submit it to VSBA for their lobbying committee to consider some changes. And then I did have one new position, and when we're done, I'll hand you guys some of the backup literature for that new position that I'd like them to consider.
Okay. And then the VSBA legislative committee will vet it, and then those are the things that the delegate votes on at the fall conference. So we will bring this up again next month, but I would encourage everybody to review it, and if you have any questions or, to give Ian a call. Yep. Any questions right now? All right. All right, Dr. Stanley.
Yep, first of all, I want to welcome everyone back from I hope you all had a wonderful spring break. Now we get into that time of year where we've got 2 weeks of review, then we start testing, then we have awards, and then we have graduation. And it goes by about that fast. So, this is an exciting time of year. We're thankful to be here, and, wish our administrators and teachers the best of luck in the next month, as we get through it. The only thing I've really got for you is just a reminder. You may or may not remember, you've gotten an email prior to the break that notified you that we are up for a math textbook adoption for our secondary grades, 6 through 12. And so what we've done is we put all of our resources online, okay? I think all of this was included in the email that you got, but if you don't remember receiving it, you can go on our website and you can see the process, and you can see the 3 sets of materials that we have there to choose from. All of the materials are on the state-approved list, and we hope to have a recommendation for you at our next meeting in May. But we encourage everybody to go on there, take a look at those resources, and there's a feedback form, and we certainly welcome all feedback.
This is for all, you said this is 6 through 12.
This is 6 through 12, correct, correct. So unless you have some questions about that, and if you do, feel free to contact myself, contact Dr. Hale, and we'll be glad to answer. Okay? And that's all I've got for you.
All right, well, that's
Is it anything on the budget, anything?
Still, we're still kind of in a holding pattern with the budget. The governor has not taken any action, and I think he's got until May 2nd. Is that right? So hopefully at our next meeting, we'll be able to have something set in stone and feel confident about what we're doing.
Okay, thank you. All right, I think I'll start on my left. Ms. Parker, any comments?
Yes, actually, I'm going to bug you guys a bunch today. The first one is congratulations to the Brookville speech team. It used to be called forensics. I'm glad they cleared that up because I was always really confused as to what they did there. But they had a Class 3 team state championship. They've been doing it since 1940s. I didn't realize that. And I've got a great list here. Lucy Donahue, Sarah Beaker, Lucy Sloan, Emily Emanuel, Taylor Green, Jayla Wilder, Xavier Colbert. They won anything from 5th place to state champion. So they really knocked it out of the park. I want to give a personal congratulations to a Brookville alumni who's also my neighbor, Chasen Hunt, if anybody knew Chasen when he was running track. He just went to, he goes to University of Lynchburg, has been breaking records. He just went to National Division III and broke the 5K record by 6 seconds. So pretty cool, super excited for him. The Teachers for Tomorrow, oh my gosh, incredible, right? I was crying, if anybody didn't see. That was awesome. Donations, again, were awesome. I did want to also give hats off to everybody at CCPS admin and Rustburg Middle for the Southern Region meeting. They did an incredible job. All the schools had students who made table centerpieces. I couldn't think of the word. They were beautiful, and we had students perform. It was a really great event. I did want to mention, I would love to encourage other members if they haven't taken these before, but I did a VSBA Zoom on Robert's Rules specifically for school board. It was very enlightening. And also in empowering the board for success was also fabulous. The Tech Center open house was also fabulous. Kids were excited. I met a lot of great employers. I try and go to tables where I haven't met the employers before and speak to the students. It was awesome. And then I had an incredible opportunity through School Board Member Alliance, and I also recommend everybody join them. We went to DC 2 weeks ago to the Victims of Communism Museum that I didn't even know existed. And apparently Congress determined that there was a need for one back after Tiananmen Square, and it didn't happen until like last year. So it was awesome. I actually need some time to unpack it all. I mentioned to Dr. Stanley today, I was given a book on communism that's actually approved curriculum for 8th grade. The 4th grade and 6th grade should be out by the end of the year. It was an incredible experience, and they will come out to our schools and do PDL, or it can be used as, it was incredible. So I'll unpack that a little bit more and chat about that hopefully next meeting. We also got to go into kind of like a little star-struck moment into the Federal Department of Education before it's closed. So we got to go in there and meet with the staff, and actually got to meet Secretary McMahon. She was incredible. And I also have tons of notes there regarding, funds, and obviously no services are going to be cut. A lot of information on data collection and really revisiting why they're doing it, and if it's necessary at the level to which they're doing it. So some really great stuff, and I hope to be able to present, share a little bit more about that with Dr. Stanley, Dr. Hale, and my other board members between now and next month. But it was a super busy month, and it was great. So that's all I have for today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones.
I got a lot too, and just bear with me because my note taking is terrible. But I thought the spring forum was really, really good at Rustburg Middle School. Compliments to you guys for putting it together. The 3 seminar sessions I went to were really, really informative and interesting. And I think that the thing that struck me or hit me in the face as hard as anything did, really, was Amherst Mobile Lab for their CTE starting at 3rd grade level. That was amazing to me that they are starting to introduce their kids to the career technical subjects at the 3rd grade level. But I would like to hear. I wish we had recorded all of the sessions so we could have seen them, because there were a lot of good sessions. Could only go to 3, but it was, my hat's off to you guys for pulling it off. I got a lot. Like I said, I got a lot. The career job fair at the Technical Center was great. I didn't come, but I know it was great because Maddie Kirkman. The news article you did on that was tremendous. It was really, really, really good, and reading it was just like me being here and being involved with it. And I know Ms. Wilson and Mr. Hardy. I mean, if you could have crafted a news story, that was it. And we really appreciate that, and the story on the Brookville High School construction project. All that was really, really great, and we appreciate it. But the job fair, I mean, that's just great every year, and we appreciate y'all's effort doing that. Also went to the 5th to 6th grade orientation at Rustburg Middle School a couple weeks ago. Never been to one before, but where they bring all of the 5th graders from the feeder elementary schools to Rustburg Middle School, not all, the Rustburg feeder schools, bring them there. And it was really funny because all those kids were walking around in there, and their parents, and the biggest majority had never been in the building before. And it was like, is this school going to swallow me up when I come in? But I was so impressed with Ms. Scott, the guidance counselor, and Ms. Greenway Branch. They provided invaluable information and assurance that these kids wouldn't be swallowed up, when they started in the middle school. And that was reassuring, probably more to the parents than it was to the kids. Ms. Cundiff, Ms. Perriman, and Ms. Bennett, and all the 6th grade teachers was there. And they have a program, I didn't know anything about it, it's called WEB, W-E-B. It says where everybody belongs. And that was it was really, I think it gave a lot of comfort to the parents and the students just to be there. And you could see them touring through the building. It's like, look at this, look at this, look at this. So it was really worthwhile. And then the 5th grade county chorus. I didn't go, but my wife videoed it for me, and it was, I didn't go because I had to go to choir practice at church because they said I needed more practice and you want to listen to the children singing. But did anybody here go? I'm gonna get. It was all of the 5th graders, the singing 5th graders from all of the elementary schools.
All district.
They filled all of the stage up at Rustburg High School, and these music teachers. Amy Lee Ross from Alta Vista, she was the director. She was the one actually conducting it. Ms. Wilson from Tomahawk, Ms. C.L. Carmichael from Leesville Road, Nicole Stevens from Yellow Branch, Jamie Rice from Rustburg Elementary, Joshua Farner from Brooknew Elementary School, and Yolanda Miller from CES. And those kids were really, really good. I mean, it was amazing to me watching it. I mean, I actually watched it twice. It was that good. So my hat's off to them, and it's really, really good to see that. Glad to see Mr. Brandt came to our meeting, and thankful for the Campbell County Education Foundation. The Rustburg Middle School flower sale is Saturday morning. You get there early if you want to get something. Concord Elementary School. Mr. Bennett said not a lot going on, getting ready for the SOL testing and getting ready for the fun run, which is a primary PTO fundraiser. And I think that's all I got. But that's all I got.
Good, thank you.
Well, Brookville High School was busy over spring break. Get the kids out and they can start knocking some things down. So that made a big difference. So the cafeteria is up and functioning. So that's big news. The kids have been in there. Unfortunately, the front steps aren't quite, the main steps aren't quite there yet, but they're coming. English Hall is done. The teachers are ecstatic to be back in their classrooms. There's a lot of excitement, and I think that kind of helps motivate, I think, and kind of get the ball rolling to where that excitement to get one hallway done and moved back in, that the teachers are more than willing to keep kind of that movement going. So that's exciting. There's a Brookville High School vendor fair for aftergrad on Saturday morning. So if you need to get some Mother's Day shopping done, I encourage you to go by and the vendor fair that they're hosting to support aftergrad. Attended the glow party with Leesville Road Elementary School. Dr. Stanley was there. He got drug over to the elementary school to enjoy the glow party. It was a well-run event. I know it's probably our last turn. I think we heard a lot of other elementary schools that had them, and it was Leesville Road's turn to have theirs night, and it was exceptional. So shout out to our organizers for that. And we also have a Bubble Fun Run. First annual Bubble Fun Run for our PTO is a fundraiser that we're excited about coming up this Friday. I just want to recognize that April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and so you'll see the pinwheels around at some of our schools that took some pinwheels with extension, but they also, I don't think people always realize that our teachers and our administrators and our guidance counselors are oftentimes the first round of defense when it comes to child abuse prevention, that they're the ones that recognize that their signs are the ones that often hear from the students. They notice things that people don't always notice every day. Is if you've had to make that phone call, and I've made plenty to CPS in the past. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy as a teacher to report. It's not easy as an administrator to make those phone calls, but I think it's a recognition for all of us that are in our schools that do that front line. So a shout out to our administrators and our teachers that take the time to pay attention and to be that first line of defense. That's all.
Ms. Vaughn.
All right, well, I just want to say welcome back from spring break. I hope everybody enjoyed their break and came back well rested and ready to go. We have 6 weeks left of school to go. Thank you to the Educational Foundation, and also fantastic presentation for the Teachers for Tomorrow program. It was encouraging, and I'm so excited. And also I can attest that kindergartners will humble you really quick. Miss Vaughn, why did you choose to wear your hair like that today? But it is a great privilege to be able to be part of a young person's life for such a great amount of time. I don't know anyone that hasn't told me that one or two teachers changed their life. I don't think I've ever met anyone who hasn't had one or two teachers that have changed their life. So it is a very, very noble profession. All right. As always, there are a lot of end of the years coming up and to look forward to. The Friday before spring break, I was able to chaperone the Leesville Road Elementary kindergarten field trip to Amazement Square. Excuse me. The kids had a blast, and it was a joy to watch them experience new things together. Honestly, kudos to all the kindergarten teachers that color-coded and stickered off the kids into groups and times. It was chaos, but there were multiple sets of eyes on our kids at all times, and it was impressive and exhausting. The night before, we took our family to the Glow Night at Leesville Road. It was quite an experience with a great turnout, lots of fun and glowing activities to show off their classrooms, pizza and snacks. There was a glow dance party at the end, and the kids were exhausted by the end of the night, sweaty. Thank you to everyone at Leesville Road who put that on. It was fantastic. And again, I'm echoing Karen and Ann today. This Friday, the 25th, the Leesville Road PTO is hosting a Bubble Fun Run starting at 6 p.m. There will be a quarter-mile race, half-mile race, and mile race. There will also be face painting, photo ops, Kona Ice, and games and prizes. The price is $10 per person, so come on out. May 1st is the Leesville Road PTO Mr. Goodies fundraiser, so be sure to head out to Mr. Goodies and let them know you were supporting Leesville Road. And our school records keep being broken by our Brookville Bees track and field teams. Michaela Akuli set a new school record in the pole vault with a jump of 12 feet. Congratulations, Michaela. And Kaylin Tucker set a new school record in the 200 meter with a time of 25.41 seconds. Congratulations, Kaylin. And congratulations to the Brookville Winter Guard. They received a silver medal at the Atlantic Indoor Association Championships. And again, I'm echoing Ann over here. Congratulations to Brookville High School Speech Class 3's Team State Championships. What an accomplishment. There are a lot of appreciation days that I missed in April, so thank you to all of those that volunteer in our schools, our assistant principals, our library media specialists, and our paraprofessionals. I think I got everybody.
Good job, yeah. I appreciate you sharing those. Mr. Phillips.
Okay, I don't have a long list. Dr. Shields, thank you for emailing me. You came back from spring break and saw an email from me. I'm sure that made your day. But you sent me an email about all the activities going on at Rustburg High School. Ms. Cundiff sent me an email, and then for the second time, I left the emails at work. So that doesn't help me, Gary. But I recall, let's see, Becky Booth was at the FBLA that was in a competition. So kudos to those folks that went to that and competed. And then you gave me a nice list of year-ending activities that I'll try to mark on the calendar. But thanks for your feedback there, and thanks to Ms. Cundiff. I don't see her here tonight, but I appreciate the feedback, even though I didn't bring it to the meeting. Thanks to the Campbell County Educational Foundation again for their continued outstanding efforts, and as the Rustburg District representative, our donations list is pretty heavy for RHS this month. So thanks to a lot of individual contributors as well. So thanks to those folks. And Phillips Equipment down the road here made some nice donations to Rustburg High School. So thanks to the community for the continued support for our Campbell County education system. Congrats again to Josiah Monroe. I think he snuck out. But yeah, great effort on his part to represent our county. And Mr. Bennett, are you running in the race? Are you going to lead the kids? No? I know you have a storied running career, so I'm sure if you're going to get out there or not. And yeah, I think that's all I had tonight. So, Gary?
I don't get emails from my principal. They call me and tell me to come to the office. Just like high school. Yeah. I'd like to congratulate Hannah Bradner, who received the Pamplin Leadership Award scholarship for $5,000. Neil Harder received the Grand P. Meade Award for $2,000 a year. We discussed this earlier. Connor Max received the National Coca-Cola Scholarship out of, I think, thousands.
Yeah.
20,000. He got, and he got 20 grand out of that. Wow. Connor was also selected to serve on the National Youth Advisory Council. There were 21 individuals chosen running from ages 16 to 24 across the country. This council advises and supports the Y with emerging issues, opportunities, programs, and decision making. Also, the Y provided funds for a group of our aspiring political science students to participate in the Model General Assembly. History teacher Megan Robinson led these students to Richmond, where they were given an opportunity to prepare, present, research, and debate a number of bills at the state capitol. I'd like to thank the Y for supporting the kids. They also provide us with the pool for our swim team at no cost. Big thank you out to Alta Vista Police Department Chief Tommy Merrick's for including the Alta Vista Combined School Yearbook staff with the Alta Vista Police partnership that allows our students to work with police officers and local businesses and posting stickers reminding citizens of underage drinking laws. It's good they got involved with that. Debate team, was West Regional runner-up and will compete in the Super Nationals. Have we heard anything on Daryl Smith yet? When is that awarded? Daryl Smith, have we heard if he? We have not heard.
Yeah, not yet.
The career fair, I thought was excellent. If you can't get a job here that day, something's wrong. The regional meeting, I heard a lot of complaints on our building. I mean, thought how nice it was and well thought out. And the people really liked the wall from the older school, so that's all I have.
Thank you. So I went to the career fair, and I've never been able to go to a lot of these things until this year, since I've retired, and it really made an impression on me. And Ms. Wilson and Mr. Hardy, I just want to specifically recognize both of you for, I know it's a lot of work contacting all the people who wanted to attend, and there's such a great selection of employers in the region, and I thanked them for being there, but they were glad to be there. And so I think it's a real asset for our kids and our school system. So thank you so much for all that hard work.
Can I just add one comment from, I think it was Jamerson, that basically said that this job fair rivals Virginia Tech's. It's that good. Best in the area. So thank you very much.
And so it was good to see Leon back there, and it was good for him to be here. Again, the foundation just constantly exceeds our expectations, and our kids truly do benefit from that we can really promote our CTE and really just minimal, no cost to them. So it's just a great program. Josiah, that's very exciting. The Teachers for Tomorrow, very exciting. I just love that enthusiasm. And I remember a few years ago, we were, talking about how important it is to sort of grow our own. And I just love seeing those asterisks by our new employees. So it really is great. Another month with no discipline issues, so that's great. We do have to.
Somebody elbow him, please.
Yeah. Spring fever is going to be here, but hopefully, yeah. One item that we have to bring up is, as we talk about having student advisors on our board, Mrs. Parker's expressed interest. I think for the remainder of this year, I'll join that committee, and then next January, as we transition, somebody else will have to pick it up. But we'll try to get that ball rolling and get it organized so we can implement it basically next year, right?
I'll email you tomorrow a date, maybe May 15th is a possible date to meet with students this year.
All right.
And see what your calendars look like.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. And then I'm not going to put the administrators on the, I'm not going to ask them to speak tonight, but Mr. Harrison shared with me that kids were excited to get back. He has noted that attendance is better, maybe all those winter viruses and respiratory illnesses have subsided, and kids are excited to be back to school and want to be back. So I'm really glad about attendance. It's an issue everywhere, but it seems to be a bigger issue at Brook Neal, so I'm really proud that what did you share? It's at 12%? Yeah, so that's great. Really, really good job. And we're excited about getting that site prep for that new modular that we're going to get in there. We're going to talk about that some more, but hopefully that ball will be rolling. Mr. Cartwright shared with me that that they're establishing the Student Council Association for the upcoming school year. This is the first time since COVID that we've had a functioning student council. And so our students are eager to take on leadership roles and help shape the culture and spirit of the school. A group of our student leaders volunteered at Brook Neal Elementary to help with their Easter egg hunt and it was a great opportunity for the students to give back to the community and to connect with the younger kids. And William Campbell held their second blood drive of the year with the Red Cross. Participation from students and staff was strong once again, and we're proud of the difference our school community is making. And he wanted to thank the maintenance department. The school building received a much appreciated facelift with the repainting of the William Campbell sign. And 3 of our students, Dakota Sage, Kylie Cooper, and Seth Halsey, competed at the Future Business Leaders of America State Conference in Virginia, in Reston, and we're proud of their hard work and representation. And then they are grateful to welcome members of both the Brookneal and Gladys Volunteer Fire Departments to William Campbell. They visited to speak with students interested in becoming junior firefighters, sharing their experiences and equipment firsthand. And it was inspiring and informative visit for many of our students. Did I miss anything? No, sir. You do a great email, and I just keep it on my phone, and I just have it.
I was going to say.
So I appreciate that. So, and I believe that that's all I've got. So, anybody else?
I got, how many employers were at the career fair?
The actual businesses, there were 88 represented.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Probably 200 included.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I did see on the news last week where Delta Star, you know, when we toured that place a year ago, they said they were going to have a couple expansions, and they're pulling it off. So you're going to produce enough employers for them?
I'm hoping to. I think we're going to try to take a technical center group out this spring if we can to check out the new facility that they just finished.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big expansion too.
Yeah.
So, that's good. Oh,
Can
that's,
I
yeah.
mention that Miss Rosette Barner-Wiley is here tonight visiting us, and she is our new 403B representative for Value Teachers for our employees.
Well,
Wonderful.
Well, welcome.
Also a former educator for Prince George's County Public Schools, so thank you so much.
Wow, yeah, thank you for being here.
Welcome. Yeah, well, welcome. And anything we can do to help, just don't hesitate to reach out. It's a great, you're going to be impressed. So, all right. I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion. All in favor? Close your laptops.
Close your laptop. Yeah, actually, Delta Star, you guys, Delta